The stars outside looked like tiny white dots against the deep black of space. Inside the Harmony asterisk, everything was quiet. Dr. Yunji Park sat in the medical bay, drinking her third cup of coffee and thinking about nothing special. Her dark hair was pulled back in a simple ponytail, and her blue uniform was wrinkled from a long shift. Suddenly, the ship's alarm system went crazy. Red lights started flashing, and a loud beeping sound filled every room. Captain Lee's voice came through the speakers. All crew, emergency protocol activated. Possible contact with unknown spacecraft. Yunji jumped up, her moment of calm gone. She checked her medical equipment and waited for more information. The ship's main screen showed a damaged spacecraft floating in the middle of the Orion sector. It was unlike anything she had seen before. Sharp metal edges, strange color patterns, and clearly wounded from some big fight. "Approaching unknown vessel," announced the navigation officer. No response to communication attempts. The Harmony moved closer. Yunji could see massive tears in the alien ship's metal skin. Something had hit it hard. Really hard. Burn marks covered its surface, and parts of the ship were spinning slowly, like a broken toy in space. "Life signs?" Captain Lee asked, looking at the ship's sensors. The science officer, Park Hyun-ki, checked his screens. "Weak signal. One life form, barely alive. Readings are unusual." Yunji felt her heart racing. One survivor. In all her years as a space medical officer, she had heard stories about first contacts, but never expected to be part of one. The unknown ship looked dangerous, broken, and completely silent. Preparing to bring the survivor aboard, Captain Lee decided. "Dr. Park, get ready in the medical bay. We don't know what we're dealing with." Special robots moved carefully between the two ships. They cut through the damaged alien vessel and located the life form. Slowly, they brought a sealed medical container into the Harmony's landing bay. Yunji waited, her hands ready with medical tools. Her team stood around her, all wearing protective gear. When the container opened, they saw something they had never seen before. Inside was a female alien. Her skin was a pale blue-gray color, with strange silver lines that looked like complex tattoos. She wore a tight, dark uniform with metal parts that seemed both protective and decorative. The alien was badly hurt, deep cuts, broken bones, and some kind of internal bleeding that didn't look human at all. "Can you hear me?" Yunji asked, knowing the alien might not understand. The creature's eyes opened. They were large and silver, with no white parts like human eyes. For a moment, she looked confused, then scared, then angry. Her hand moved slightly, and Yunji saw what looked like a weapon hidden in her sleeve. "Easy," Yunji said softly. "You're safe. I'm here to help you." The alien's breathing was fast and shallow. Her body was fighting hard to stay alive. Yunji knew she had minutes, maybe less, to save this unknown life. As her hands moved, preparing medical equipment and scanning the alien's body, Yunji realized this was more than just a medical emergency. This was a moment that could change everything humans knew about life in the universe. The first contact had begun. 3 days had passed since the alien's rescue. She was getting stronger, but still looked angry and scared. Jae-sung Kim walked into the medical bay, carrying a small device in his hands. He was the ship's chief engineer, a man in his early 40s with kind eyes and hands that could fix almost anything. "How's our guest?" he asked Yunji. The alien watched them carefully. Her silver eyes moved between Jae-sung and Yunji, trying to understand what they were saying. Medical cables connected her to different machines, but she looked more awake now. "Her name is Kira," Yunji explained. "At least, that's what we think she calls herself. She hasn't spoken much." Jae-sung pulled out a small translation device. It was a simple machine with a big screen and several buttons. He pressed a few, and it started making strange sounds. "Hello," the machine said in a robotic voice. "We want to help you." Kira's body tensed. She looked ready to fight, even though she was still weak. Her fingers moved slightly, and Yunji noticed a small metal piece hidden near her wrist, probably some kind of weapon. "We are not your enemies," Jae-sung said slowly, letting the translation device speak for him. For the first time, Kira spoke. Her voice was sharp and had a strange sound, like metal scraping against metal. The translation device worked hard to change her words into something they could understand. "Why did you save me?" she asked. "My people would never save an enemy." Jae-sung smiled. It was a warm smile that seemed to surprise Kira. "Because it's the right thing to do," he answered. Over the next few hours, Jae-sung and Yeonjai learned small pieces about Kira. She was from a place called the Valen Empire. Her people believed in strong military power. They didn't understand kindness the way humans did. Every action was about survival and fighting. "In my world," Kira explained, "weakness means death. Helping an enemy is not possible." Jae-sung brought her some food. It was a simple meal: rice, vegetables, and a small piece of chicken. Kira looked at it like it was something from another planet. "You eat this?" she asked, poking the food with a small tool. "We do," Jae-sung laughed. "Would you like to try?" Kira was careful. She took a tiny bite and then looked surprised. Her face, which seemed made of hard lines and sharp edges, softened for just a moment. The ship's computer showed images of Earth: green forests, blue oceans, big cities, and small villages. Kira watched carefully. These images were nothing like the cold, metal world she knew. "Your planet looks soft," she said. The word seemed strange to her, like she was trying it out for the first time. Eunji noticed something changing in Kira. The anger in her eyes was slowly being replaced by something else: curiosity. She was starting to see humans as more than just another enemy to fight. At night, when most of the crew was sleeping, Kira looked out the small window of the medical bay. Space was big and dark. But for the first time, she wasn't thinking about fighting. She was thinking about understanding. Something was changing inside her, and neither she nor the humans knew exactly what that might mean. The medical bay was quiet. Kira sat in a special chair that could move and change shape. Her body was getting stronger, but her eyes looked tired. Jae-sung sat nearby, working on a small machine that kept making weird clicking sounds. "Tell me about your home," Jae-sung said. His voice was calm and soft. Kira looked away. Her fingers touched a small mark on her arm, a metal line that looked like an old scar. "My home is not a happy place," she said slowly. Yeonjai entered the room with a cup of hot tea. She placed it near Kira. The alien looked at the cup like it was something strange and wonderful. "In the Valen Empire," Kira began, "we learn to fight from the moment we can walk. Feelings are weakness. Mercy is not allowed." Her voice became hard, like cold metal. Jae-sung stopped working on his machine. He looked at Kira with kind eyes. "Something happened to you," he said. It wasn't a question. It was something he knew. Kira's silver eyes started to look sad. She pulled up the sleeve of her medical shirt. More metal lines were there, but these looked different. They were not like decorations. They looked like marks of pain. "I was part of a special team," she said. "We were sent to a small planet. The people there had no weapons. They were farmers, peaceful people." Her voice started to shake. "My team was ordered to remove them, to clear the planet for our empire." Jae-sung and Yeonji didn't move. They just listened. "I watched my team kill people who were not fighting back," Kira continued. "Children, old people. They killed everyone. And I did nothing." A strange sound came from her throat, something between a cry and a growl. Yeonji moved closer. She didn't touch Kira, but she was near enough to show she was listening. "When I questioned the orders, my commander hit me," Kira said, touching the metal lines on her arm. "These are not decorations. These are punishment marks." Jae-sung understood then. These marks were like a book that told Kira's painful story. Each line was a memory of hurt and pain. "Why did you stay?" Jae-sung asked gently. Kira looked surprised. No one had ever asked her that before. "I was afraid," she said quietly. "In my world, fear keeps you alive. Speaking up means death." The room became very quiet. Outside, the ship moved through space. Stars passed by the small window. "You are not in that world anymore," Yunji said. Her voice was soft but strong. Kira looked at her hands. They were different now. They didn't look like the hands of a soldier anymore. They looked like the hands of someone who was thinking about change. "I want to be different," she whispered. "I don't want to be like them anymore." Jae-sung picked up his machine again. But this time, he moved it closer to Kira. "Want to help me fix this?" he asked. For the first time since she arrived on the ship, Kira smiled. It was a small smile, but it was real. Something was changing, and it was more powerful than any weapon. The meeting room was small but important. Captain Lee sat at the center of a big table. Jae-sung stood next to Kira, who looked different now. Her medical clothes were replaced by a simple gray jumpsuit. She no longer looked like a prisoner. She looked like a team member. "We need to talk about the Valen invasion," Captain Lee said. Kira took a deep breath. Her silver eyes moved across the room. 5 human crew members watched her carefully. She knew this was her chance to prove herself. "The Valen Empire is planning to attack 3 human colonies," Kira explained. She pulled out a small device from her pocket. With a quick touch, a hologram appeared above the table. The hologram showed 3 star systems. Red lines moved between them, showing attack paths. Small blue dots represented human colonies. Green markers showed Valen attack ships. Jae-sung leaned closer. "How many ships?" he asked. 37 primary attack vessels, Kira said. "But that's not all. They have 12 support ships with special weapons. Weapons that can destroy entire cities in minutes." The room became very quiet. Captain Lee looked serious. These were not just pictures. These were real threats to human lives. "Why are you helping us?" asked Park Hyun-ki, the science officer. His voice was hard and careful. Kira's hand touched the metal lines on her arm. "The punishment marks from her past. Because what my people do is wrong," she said simply. "Killing people who cannot fight back is never right." Jae-sung started working on a computer. His fingers moved fast across the screen. "We can use this information," he said, "but we need to change our ship's systems to match Valen technology." For the next few hours, Kira worked with Jae-sung. She showed him how Valen computer systems worked. He showed her how human technology could be made stronger. They were like 2 people speaking a new language. The language of technology and cooperation. "Your computer systems are different," Kira said. "More flexible. My people's systems are strict. They follow exact rules. Your systems can change and adapt." Jae-sung smiled. "That's how we survive," he explained. "By being able to change when we need to." Captain Lee watched them work. He saw something special happening. An alien who was once an enemy was now helping save human lives. By midnight, they had a plan. The Harmony could use Kira's information to create special shields. These shields would protect the human colonies from Valen attack ships. "This is not just about fighting," Kira said quietly. "This is about stopping more people from getting hurt." Outside the meeting room, space was dark and quiet. Stars moved slowly. But inside the ship, something important was happening. An alien and humans were working together. They were proving that understanding was stronger than any weapon. Jae-sung looked at Kira. She was no longer just a survivor. She was becoming something more. A friend. Alarms screamed across the Harmony. Red lights flashed everywhere. Kira stood next to Jae-sung, her body tense and ready. "Valen pursuit ship detected," announced the navigation officer. His voice was calm but serious. "They are charging weapons." Captain Lee's voice came through the speakers. "Battle stations. Everyone get ready. Kira's hands moved fast across the computer screen. She was bringing up Valon ship details, weak points, weapon systems, possible attack patterns. Jae-sung watched her, impressed by how quickly she worked. They want me, Kira said quietly. I am a deserter. They will destroy this entire ship to get me. The first laser blast hit the Harmony*'s outer shield. The entire ship shook. Dishes crashed in the kitchen. People grabbed onto whatever they could hold. Shield strength at 82%, shouted the technical officer. Holding, but not for long. Jae-sung looked at Kira. Can you help us fight? He asked. She nodded. Her silver eyes were bright and focused. No longer looked like a scared survivor. Now she looked like a warrior. Their main weapon is here. Kira pointed at a strange part of the Valon ship's design. If we hit this spot, we can disable their main power. The Harmony* was smaller than the Valon ship, but human technology was different. It was smart, flexible. The ship moved like a dancer, avoiding big attacks while looking for a chance to strike back. Another blast hit them. The shield dropped to 65%. We can't take many more hits, Captain Lee said. His voice was steady. No fear, just focus. Kira started typing fast. She was changing the Harmony*'s shield program, using Valon attack patterns against them. Her fingers moved like they were dancing across the keyboard. Now, she shouted. Jae-sung pressed a button. A special laser shot out from the Harmony*. It was tiny, but it hit exactly where Kira showed them. The Valon ship's lights went dark. Silence. Then explosions. The Valon ship started breaking apart. Pieces of metal flew in all directions, but the Harmony* had protected its crew, protected its people. Direct hit, said the navigation officer. He looked surprised and happy. Kira sat down. Her body was shaking. Not from fear, from excitement, from knowing she had helped save people. Jae-sung put a hand on her shoulder. Good job, he said. Captain Lee walked into the room. He looked at Kira. Not as an alien, but as a member of the team. We did this together, he said. Outside, space was quiet again. Stars watched silently. Another battle was over. But something important had happened. An alien and humans had fought side by side. And they had won. The big room was quiet. People from Earth and the Valon Empire sat on opposite sides. Kira stood in the middle. Her silver eyes looked around carefully. Earth's lead diplomat, Ms. Kim Yeon-soo, wore a dark blue suit. She looked calm, but her eyes were strong. Behind her, Kira could see Captain Lee and Jae-sung. They were here to support her. A tall Valon commander sat across the room. His uniform was dark green with metal parts. He looked angry. His eyes burned with hate when he looked at Kira. Kira of the Valon Empire, the commander said. You are a traitor. You must return and face punishment. Ms. Kim stood up. Her voice was clear and strong. We have heard the evidence, she said. Kira has shared important information about Valon war crimes. A big screen showed pictures. Pictures of peaceful planets destroyed, of people killed, of entire communities gone forever. Kira's hands started to shake. These are lies, the Valon commander shouted, but his voice was not as strong as before. Kira stepped forward. These are not lies, she said. I was there. I saw everything. She pulled back her sleeve. The metal lines on her arm told a story. Punishment lines. Marks of pain. The room became very quiet. My people kill those who cannot fight back, Kira continued. Farmers, children, old people. This is not war. This is murder. The Valon commander tried to interrupt. But Ms. Kim raised her hand. We have proof, she said. Recorded messages, ship logs, Kira's own testimony. More pictures appeared. Valon ships attacking small colonies, weapons destroying homes. killing people who had no way to fight back. The Valen Empire has broken every rule of space law, Ms. Kim said. They have killed innocent people. They have destroyed entire communities. The Valon commander looked smaller now. His angry face was gone. Now he looked scared. Kira's voice was calm. I choose to stand with those who protect life, she said, not those who destroy it. Captain Lee stepped forward. He placed a hand on Kira's shoulder. A simple action, but it meant so much. Kira is now part of our crew, he said. She has helped us. She has saved lives. The diplomatic meeting went on for hours. People talked. They showed evidence. They argued. But something was changing. The Valen Empire was being forced to answer for its actions. Outside the room, space was big and dark. Stars watched silently. But inside, something important was happening. The truth was coming out. And Kira was helping to tell that truth. Her old life was gone. Now she had a new path. A path of hope. The small garden room on the Harmony was quiet. Plants grew in special boxes. Green leaves touched metal walls. Jae-sung sat next to Kira. They were not working. They were just sitting. Tell me about your dreams, Jae-sung said. Kira looked surprised. In her old world, nobody asked about dreams. Dreams were for weak people. Strong people only thought about fighting. I never had dreams before, she said slowly. Her silver eyes looked at the green plants. We were taught to follow orders, not to think about what we wanted. Jae-sung smiled. His hands were working on a small machine, but he was listening, really listening. Everyone has dreams, he said. They just need time to find them. Outside the window, stars moved slowly. The ship was traveling through space, but inside this small room, something special was happening. Two different people were learning about each other. Kira touched a small plant. Its leaves were soft and green. In my world, we never touched living things, she said. Plants were just resources, not something to care about. Jae-sung showed her how to water the plant. His hands moved slowly. He explained how each plant was special, how each plant had its own way of growing. Humans learn from plants, he said. We learn about patience, about growth, about hope. Kira watched him. She saw something different in humans. They didn't just see things as tools. They saw beauty. They saw life. Her hand moved closer to Jae-sung's, not to fight, just to feel something warm. I want to learn, she said. I want to be more than what my people made me. Jae-sung looked at her. His eyes were kind. That's the biggest dream anyone can have, he said. They talked for hours. About Earth, about space, about what it means to be alive. Kira learned that humans believed in second chances, in growing, in changing. The ship's computer showed pictures of different human cultures, people from all over Earth, different colors, different languages, but all connected. We are not perfect, Jae-sung explained, but we try to understand each other. Kira thought about her old life, about the pain, about the fights, about the people she could not save. I want to help people now, she said, not hurt them. Jae-sung's hand touched hers. It was a simple touch, but it meant everything. Outside, space was dark and big. Stars moved slowly. Planets spun in their paths. But inside the Harmony, two people from different worlds were finding something special. Understanding. Connection. Hope. The most powerful weapon in the universe is not a gun. It is not a ship. It is not a technology. It is the ability to see another person's heart. 1 year had passed. The Harmony was different now. It was more than just a spaceship. It was a place of hope. Kira stood on the bridge. She wore a human uniform now. No more metal lines. No more marks of pain. Her silver eyes looked out at space with something new. Peace. We're approaching the new colony, Captain Lee said. The planet below was green and blue. Trees covered most of its surface. Small buildings were growing. People from different worlds were working together. Jae-sung walked up to Kira. "Ready?" he asked. She nodded. Her hand touched his for just a moment. A small connection. A sign of how much she had changed. The colony was special. It was a place where Valen people who wanted to leave their old life could come. People who wanted to learn, to grow, to be different. "Welcome to Freedom Colony," the landing computer announced. Kira remembered her first days on the Harmony *. She was scared, angry, broken. Now she was something else. A bridge between two worlds. People came out to meet the ship. Some were human. Some looked like Kira, aliens with different colors and shapes. But they all had one thing in common. They wanted to build something new. A small girl ran forward. She had blue skin like Kira, but her eyes were bright and happy. She was not a soldier. She was just a child who could dream. "We have schools now," Captain Lee explained. "Places where children from different worlds can learn together." Kira watched the children. Some were human. Some were alien. They played together. They didn't see differences. They saw friends. In the center of the colony, a big building stood. It was not a military base. It was a learning center, a place where people could share knowledge, share stories, share hope. "This is what we created," Jae-sung said to Kira. "Not with weapons, but with understanding." Kira thought about her old life, the Valen Empire, the fights, the pain. Now she had something different. A family, not by blood, but by choice. The Harmony * would stay at the colony for some time, helping, teaching, growing. More ships arrived. More people came. Some were running from war. Some were looking for a new home. All were welcome. "I never thought I could have this," Kira said quietly. Jae-sung smiled. "Everyone deserves a second chance," he said. As the sun set on the new planet, colors filled the sky. Purple, orange, green. Colors that didn't exist in Kira's old world. The Harmony * sat on the landing pad, a symbol of a journey from war to peace, from hate to love. Kira looked at her hands. They were not weapons anymore. They were hands that could help, that could build, that could heal. A new story was beginning, and she was ready to write it.